Let's talk about becoming a millionaire. For a lot of us, especially if you're hitting your 40s, that idea can feel, well, like it's a dream that's sailed. But what if there was a real strategic plan for exactly that situation? That's what we're going to break down today.
Have you ever had that nagging feeling in the back of your mind? That feeling that the clock is just ticking a little too fast and your savings, they're not quite where they should be. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It's a super common feeling, but just realizing it, that's the very first step to totally changing the game.
And here's the good news. A really powerful new way of thinking from the book The First Millionaire in Your Family says there's an actual clear path forward. And this isn't about just catching up. It's about getting ahead. We're not talking about wishful thinking here. We're talking about a fundamental shift in your entire strategy. And that brings us to the core idea, the big paradigm shift. I want you to forget everything you've ever heard about pinching pennies and skipping your morning coffee. Seriously, this strategy demands a completely different mindset. Look at this. On one side, you have the advice we've all heard a million times. Play defense, cut back, budget like crazy, save your way to wealth. But the strategy from this book, it's all about playing offense. Forget focusing on the few dollars you can save. The real focus should be on the thousands more you could be earning. It's a complete switch from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance and growth. So, how exactly do you play offense? Well, it all starts with the first and honestly the most important pillar. You have to build your income engine. Think about it this way. If you're trying to dig a giant hole, you can only go so fast with a tiny spoon. What you really need is a bigger shovel.
And here's the beautiful logic behind that. There is a hard, physical cap on how much you can save, right? You can cut your expenses all the way down to zero, and that's it. You can't save more than you spend. But your income, your ability to earn more money, well, there's no real ceiling on that. That is where your true power, your real leverage for building wealth lies, especially when you feel like you need to make up for lost time. And if you're a numbers person, just look at this chart. It makes it so clear. Saving an extra couple $100 a month, yeah, that's good. It leads to some steady growth. But then look at the impact of earning an extra $1,000 a month. Over 2 decades, the difference isn't just big. It's life-changing. It's monumental. That is the power of playing offense.
So, playing offense gets you more money coming in the door. Awesome. But just earning more isn't the whole story. You have to put that new income to work in the absolute smartest way possible. And that brings us to the second pillar, activating your growth accelerator. This is the million-dollar question, quite literally. You've built your income engine, it's pumping out more cash flow. Now, where do you point that fire hose of money to get the absolute maximum effect? Well, the answer lies right here. Think of a tax-advantaged account, like an ISA in the UK or a 401k in the US, as your secret weapon. It's an investment account that the government gives a special tax break to. It's almost like a government-approved performance enhancer for your money, letting it grow way faster because the drag of taxes isn't slowing it down. And for anyone who feels like they're on a catch-up plan, these accounts aren't just a nice-to-have. They're a non-negotiable superpower. Your money compounds faster, you get to keep more of your own returns away from the tax man, and year after year, that advantage helps you close the wealth gap so much faster than a normal investment account ever could. Okay, so we've got the 2 pillars, a bigger income and a growth accelerator. Now let's put it all together into a simple but incredibly powerful action plan. Here it is, the blueprint. Step 1, you have to consciously shift your mental energy. Stop worrying about saving pennies and start obsessing over earning dollars. Step 2, dedicate real, focused time to building that income engine. That might mean a side hustle, going for a promotion, learning a new skill, whatever it takes. And then step 3, the knockout punch. You funnel that new income to max out your tax-advantaged accounts first before you do anything else. That's the 1-2-3 combo. And let's be really clear here. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Not at all. This takes work, it takes discipline. It's a get wealthy strategically plan, designed for people who are serious about building lasting wealth, even if they're starting a little later in the game. Because really, at the end of the day, this is about so much more than just a number in a bank account. It's about building a foundation of financial security and creating opportunities that can literally change the trajectory, not just for you, but for your kids and their kids. It's about creating a legacy. All of these powerful ideas are explored in much more depth in the book that inspired this whole breakdown, The First Millionaire in Your Family. So the question really isn't whether it's too late for you. The only question is, are you ready to start playing offense?